Good morning, everyone. I am California Attorney General Rob Bonta. Thank you all for joining us. We're here today to announce a lawsuit challenging the Trump administration for conducting an illegal mass firing of nearly half of all employees at the U.S. Department of Education. As part of the president's directive to eliminate the Department of Education, this en masse firing exceeds any statutory authority granted by Congress. Alongside numerous other actions the Trump administration has taken, this sweeping mass firing is simply put illegal. Unfortunately, this is yet another example of our offices, following through on promises we made. We'll take action if and when Trump violates the law and infringes on our rights. I, alongside 20 other attorneys general, allege that the Trump administration's directive to shut down the Department of Education through a massive reduction in force is unlawful and cannot stand. This mass firing of nearly half of the department's workforce is in violation of the Federal Administrative Procedures Act because an agency cannot use a reduction in force to override the limitations on their own power to dismantle agency functions required by law. What's so troubling here is that the reduction in force is so severe and so extreme that it incapacitates the department from performing statutory functions, which will deeply hurt the states represented here and others. Let me be clear, only Congress can make such drastic changes, not the agency, not the president. There's no question that the president's attempt to dismantle the Department of Education exceeds executive authority. As a result of these unconscionably disruptive actions, we're seeking declaratory relief, an order vacating the defendant's actions implementing President Trump's directive to dismantle the Department of Education, and preliminary and permanent injunctive relief to enjoin the agency defendants from implementing the Trump administration's directive to dismantle the Department of Education, including through ordering a reduction in force. The president has yet again overstepped his authority by a mile and will hold him accountable. While Trump and Elon Musk may tout these cuts in our federal workforce as cost saving, we have to ask ourselves, what will the long-term cost to our nation be? The answer is tremendous. It means cuts to early childhood education, which we know has a monumental impact on children's development, school readiness, and future success. It means cuts to special education, which is vital to removing learning barriers and tailoring instruction to individual student needs. It means cuts to technical education programs, which carve out important pathways that help meet the demand of the skilled labor market. In 2022, out of 37 developed nations, American students ranked 28th in math and 12th in science. Those numbers don't stand a chance without the invaluable programs the Department of Education provides, including assistance to children from low-income families, vocational training, enforcement of anti-discrimination laws, alongside countless other responsibilities fundamental to our educational system. How can we as a nation expect to lead the world's technological and scientific developments when we're falling behind in basic geometry and biology? President Trump can shout America first all he wants, but his anti-education agenda will only ensure we come in dead last. As Attorney General, as a father, as someone who cares about the trajectory of our state and nation, I can't sit back while the president attempts to kick our kids' futures to the curb. Trump may have forgotten to read up on the restrictions of his constitutional authority, perhaps because he's too busy turning the White House into a car dealership. But I won't, and we won't sit back while he violates the law. That means that we'll see the Trump administration in court again. We don't expect the president's barrage of unlawful, chaotic, and disruptive executive orders and actions to slow down, which means neither will our work ahead. Fortunately, I know we'll be able to weather the storm because of the dedication and tenacity of the folks on our teams across the country. Before I turn it over, I just want to shout out the folks at California DOJ who made today's action possible. Lucia Choi, Natasha Reyes, Sri Panchalam, Jim Stanley, Michael Newman, Miranda Mason, Satoshi Yanai, Christina Bull-Arndt, Damon Brown, and Evan Akron. Thank you, and now it's my honor to pass it on